Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, back with more digital marketing advice. In today's video, I want to discuss whether or not Google Analytics data is actually as important and as valuable as you might think it is. So, long story short, across numerous different businesses, projects I've worked on over the years, I find business owners, marketing teams, they tend to put a lot of weight onto how we're performing with analytics. What do the analytics look like? It's a common email I get. How's the analytics going? How's our traffic going? How's our site views going? All those kind of things. And it can be very helpful to know how your website is performing over time in any given month. Is your traffic climbing or decreasing? But there's a lot of issues with analytics data, particularly these days in an increasingly privacy-focused world. Everything from spam or bot traffic that could be interfering with your analytics reports and overinflating them, through to people who are engaging with your website, but because they use ad blocking technology, they're not actually being tracked. There's all these different reasons why analytics data might not be actually as accurate or as useful as you might think. For a lot of the clients I work with who sell to other businesses where they've got very long sales cycles, there's also this element of the sort of conversion tracking and attribution and so on, and analytics is not hugely helpful because somebody might visit the website on one day and it might be weeks, months before they even come back and make an inquiry, if they come back to the website at all. It's often they're just using the site as a sort of information brochure. And so with analytics, what I would encourage you to do is not invest all your energy and effort into trying to review every single aspect of analytics data as if that's going to unlock the secrets of how your business is performing at a wider level. Now, some business models, such as e-commerce, analytics data can be more useful than others that are, say, generating leads, because with the e-commerce reporting there tends to be more robust data and better kind of tracking available, provided it's been set up right. But for a lot of service businesses that are taking leads, then calling them up on the phone or emailing them back, and there's a delay between getting that initial lead through to actually converting the sale, you can spend a lot of time agonizing over analytics data, individual movements in any given day or week or month, up or down, here or there. And it's not necessarily actually that beneficial to your understanding of how your business is performing and the marketing aspect of your business is performing. I would actually say that in a lot of cases, business owners would be better just keeping analytics ticking over, having, say, a very basic dashboard in something like Google Looker Studio that lets you see, is your traffic staying steady or increasing or decreasing? How are your top channels performing? How are maybe your top conversion actions performing? And looking at that periodically, but not agonizing over, hey, last week we had a 60% bounce rate and this week we've got a 70% bounce rate, because next week you might have a 40% bounce rate. There's just so much noise and sort of volatility short term, even in the medium term, and so much potential for things like spam traffic and ad blocking affecting the user counts and the view counts, that really what you want to see is just that longer term trend picture, and then try and line that up with what you're actually seeing in terms of real world commercial performance. So for example, if the vast majority of your leads come through your website, if your site traffic is growing, are you seeing an accompanying growth in terms of the number of leads your business is getting? So you're investing more into marketing campaigns, you're growing your digital traffic, your website traffic. Is that actually yielding an increase in leads? Because I've seen numerous times marketing teams and business owners get really excited when they start running campaigns and seeing tons of traffic come through to the site, and it doesn't necessarily yield commercial outcomes, or at least not immediately. But because there's this high level of traffic, there's still this sort of excitement, even though it may be kind of misplaced and ill-founded. On the other hand, if you're seeing your website traffic flatline or even decline, and then the number of leads you're getting through your website declines and the number of sales, that could be sort of two correlating data points that say, hey, we've got a problem, and you can go back and sort of look through what's happened. Maybe a Google algorithm update's happened and your organic rankings have dropped, or maybe you made a big change to your website and the interactivity and conversion rate of the website's died off. There's all sorts of possibilities like that. But the key thing is that you don't, or you shouldn't, be completely obsessive around Google Analytics data. In most use cases, it's not that valuable beyond that kind of ability to track things over time. At least that is my experience. Now, certain organizations that have enough resource and capacity to really dive into things and understand it in great detail and depth, that's a bit different. But for the average business that has a website, you've got analytics installed, you want to have a bit of an understanding of how your site is performing, obsessing over every daily, weekly, monthly change, how every metric is tracking, is often counterproductive. The main thing to sort of satisfy yourself is our advertising, is our marketing reaching the right type of person? kind of person who could buy our product or service? Are we growing the amount of inquiry or sales we're getting over time? Is it flatlining? If it's flatlining, is it, say, flatlining in a declining market, in which case you're actually potentially gaining relative market share? Is it going backwards? If so, why? What can we do to fix that? Those kind of discussions are far more useful and beneficial, but often because the data is there and there are so many things you can look at, I find business owners have this kind of tendency to fall back on agonizing over Google Analytics data and sort of torturing the numbers rather than focusing on what really matters. So hopefully you find that helpful. If you've got any questions, please do let me know. You can leave a comment in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.